Tomas Soucek saves point for West Ham against Burnley after Westwood injury. Ashley Westwood signalled instantly to the bench and the London stadium fell silent. Several minutes later, he departed for hospital on a stretcher, his ankle far from its natural position. It had seemed innocuous, Westwood winning the ball ahead of Nikola Vlasic. The West Ham man pulled his shirt above his face to hide the tears, Issa Diop and Craig Dawson, both consoling him. As did several Burnley players, affirming the lack of malice. A freak incident with a horrible outcome. The noise returned to the ground within minutes, but only for the small pocket of visiting fans. J. Rodriguez headed Maxwell Cornet's corner against a bar, Wout Weghorst nodded in the rebound. And for a time, it seemed the post-Sean Dyche era would start with an oh-so-precious victory. The interim manager Mike Jackson will rue Cornet dragging a penalty wide in first-half stoppage time. That might have spoiled the Kings of Lions' homecoming entirely. Tomas Soucek's late leveler ensured the points were shared. But for Nick Pope's later acrobatics, it would have been a full reversal. Credit to Burnley who just about deserved their share following a difficult few days. It had been 3,459 days since theirs eye was not selected by Sean Dyche. A not-so-good Friday marked his last day in the office, a last-gasp win against Everton, deemed insufficient filling in a 5-defeat sandwich. Most queried the decision. More still asked why the club waited until 5 days after they lost to Norwich. There's no immediate sign of a successor either, Mike Jackson is a temporary leader. With half a dozen victories across brief stints at Shrewsbury and Tranmere Rovers, Jackson hardly screams firefighter. David Moyes might argue he could use some bodies. True, he has always worked with close-knit, too small squads, and yes, he made 3 changes. One was Lucas Fabianski in goal, another Aaron Cresswell back from midweek suspension. Only Vlasic was a genuine rotation, and Michail Antonio is the only senior option up top. Oh, to have Carlos Tevez, who took the microphone pre-match to declare "Come on you Irons." Antonio's all-round contribution is good, but in front of goal he is shot. An early strike from the edge of the area unwittingly became a ball down the right to Ben Johnson. West Ham looked bright. A beautifully worked corner routine saw Declan Rice dart to the front post and flick to Jarrod Bowen on the edge of the area. The initial strike was blocked before Nick Pope's palm kept the second effort out. Then Aaron Cresswell almost marked his 250th league appearance for West Ham with a sweetly struck volley. James Tarkowski was as he will be for only another handful of games on hand to clear. Westwood's injury midway through the half was followed by medics twice being called to attend to supporters in the stands. Fortunately, all seemed okay. Then West Ham fell behind, remarkably given their respective league positions they have done so more times 24 than Burnley, 22. Less alien to them than, say, a European semi-final. The deficit ought to have been doubled before the break. From a West Ham corner, Josh Brownhill on for Westwood sent Cornet through. A glorious touch, a jink past Fabianski and he was felled. After 22 successful penalty conversions, what could go wrong? After a stuttering run-up, everything. Twice in 2 games now has Cornet been guilty of vital misses. As with the first, West Ham started the second with purpose. Soucek could not steer Manuel Lanzini's back post cross goalward before Johnson found Antonio with a whip delivery. With the defense socially distanced, the forward planted a header wide. Cue the cameras panning to Tevez. Burnley continued to carry a threat on the break, particularly through Cornet. With 63 minutes gone, he found Johnson's blindside and squared to Rodriguez, who was wayward when he shouldn't have been. Rice and Weghorst both received bookings for a coming together, the former airing frustration at being behind, the latter at his side being penned in. That restriction paid off with 16 minutes left. Antonio drew a foul out wide, and Lanzini crossed towards Soucek who shouldered it in. A frantic final 5 featured 3 clear chances for West Ham winners, all kept out superbly by Pope. First, he tipped Antonio's drive over, then he got down to his right to deny Diop from the resulting corner. A minute on and Antonio bore down on goal. Surely this would be the moment? No, and Antonio has now failed to score in 13 league appearances. Burnley remain 3 adrift of safety, West Ham 5 behind 4th. Their ambitions are wildly different this season, and neither side can stop.